There is a secret that has been kept from you your entire life, not by accident, deliberately. Your parents told you to be kind. Your teachers told you to be respectful. Society told you that if you treated a woman like a queen, she would love you for it, and you believed them. So you texted first, every time. You made yourself available. You complimented her. You moved your schedule around hers. You were patient when she was cold. You forgave her when she pulled away. You did everything right, and she left anyway. Or worse, she never saw you that way at all. Here's what nobody told you. Kindness, when it comes from desperation, doesn't register as love, it registers as weakness. And weakness, at a biological, primal, deeply psychological level, repulses her. This video is not about being cruel. It is not about manipulation in the way movies portray it. This is about something far older, far darker, far more effective. This is about the laws of psychological power, the same laws Machiavelli wrote about, that Rome operated on, that every powerful man in history has understood intuitively. Stay until the end, because the last point is the one they really don't want you to know. Section 2. The Machiavellian Truth. In 1513, Niccolò Machiavelli wrote a book that was so dangerous, the church banned it. Princes hid it under their pillows. Kings read it in secret. The Prince. In it, Machiavelli wrote something that has never stopped being true. Men judge by their eyes rather than their hands. Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are. Think about what that means. She is not falling in love with who you are. She is falling in love with what you project. And when you are too nice, when you are too available, too eager, too soft, what you project is this: I need your approval to feel okay about myself. That is the silent message every unanswered text, every double text, every "I'll be free whenever you are" sends, and she receives it, not consciously, viscerally, in her gut, the way an animal senses danger. Except what she senses isn't danger, it's the absence of it. And that absence, that total safety, total certainty, total predictability, is the single fastest way to kill her attraction for you. Machiavelli understood something modern men have forgotten. Power is not about force. Power is about perception, and the man who controls how he is perceived controls everything. Section 3. The Psychology of Repulsion. Let's go deeper, because this isn't just philosophy. This is neuroscience. The human brain, specifically the female brain when evaluating a potential partner, is constantly running a background program, an ancient one, a survival one. It's asking one question over and over without her even knowing it. Is this man someone other threats would respect? Not. Is he kind? Not. Does he love me? Not. Will he be there for me? Those things matter later. In the beginning, in the primal evaluation phase, the brain is assessing one thing: status, dominance, the psychological weight a man carries. And here is the brutal truth about niceness. Genuine niceness, niceness that comes from strength, from not needing anything back. That is attractive. But the niceness most men perform, the niceness that is really anxiety wearing a smile, the niceness that says, please like me, please don't leave, please validate me. That is not kindness. That is need dressed up in good manners, and her nervous system knows the difference, even when her conscious mind doesn't. Psychologists call this approval-seeking behavior. And studies in behavioral psychology consistently show that approval-seeking signals low mate value. Not because the person is bad, but because the signal it sends is, I don't fully believe I deserve you. And if you don't believe it, why would she? Section 4. The 4 traps of the nice guy. There are 4 specific behaviors that nice guys do, believing they are building connection, that are actually accelerating their own rejection. Let's name them. Trap 1. Constant availability. He responds to every message within seconds. He rearranges his life for her schedule. He never has plans that matter more than her. What she feels, he has nothing going on. He is waiting for me. I am his entire world. And that is terrifying, not flattering. Terrifying, because it puts enormous, unbearable pressure on her to be responsible for his emotional state. A man with a full life, a mission, things that matter to him. That man makes her want to enter his world. A man with nothing makes her want to escape. Trap 2. Uninvited generosity. He buys her gifts early. He pays for everything. He does favors without being asked. He thinks he is showing value. What he is actually doing is trying to purchase attraction. And you cannot buy something someone has to feel. Machiavelli warned about this too. He wrote that a prince who tries to win loyalty through gifts creates dependency, not devotion. And dependency, the moment the gifts stop, turns to resentment. Trap 3. Never disagreeing. He agrees with everything she says. He changes his opinions to match hers. He apologizes when he has done nothing wrong. He thinks this creates harmony. What it creates is invisibility, because you cannot be attracted to someone you cannot see, and a man with no edges, no resistance, no perspective of his own is not a person. He is a mirror, and you don't fall in love with a mirror. Trap 4. Making her the mission. Everything he does is oriented around her. Does she like him? Is she happy? What does she think? The dark irony is this. The man she is actually attracted to is the man who has a mission she is not the center of. The man who is building something, going somewhere. A man who could be with her, but doesn't need to be. That is the man she cannot stop thinking about. Section 5. The dark shift. What actually works now? Here is what they never teach you. The shift is not about becoming cold. It is not about playing games. It is not about pretending you don't care. It is about something far more powerful and far more disturbing to understand. You have to actually stop needing her approval, not perform it. Actually do it. Machiavelli wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." He wasn't talking about terror. He was talking about respect, about the kind of psychological weight that makes people take you seriously. The man who is feared in this sense is the man whose attention is not guaranteed, whose approval is not automatic, who might at any moment simply decide you are not worth his time. That uncertainty, that controlled unpredictability, is one of the most powerful psychological forces in human attraction. The dark psychologists call it intermittent reinforcement. The behaviorists discovered it studying rats. A rat that gets a reward every time it presses a lever loses interest quickly. A rat that gets a reward sometimes, unpredictably, becomes obsessed with the lever. You are not a rat. She is not a rat. But the wiring is the same. The man who is always warm, always available, always kind, becomes the lever that always works. Predictable, boring, forgettable. The man who is warm sometimes, present sometimes, who pulls back without explanation and returns without apology. That man becomes the lever she cannot stop pressing. This is not cruelty. This is an understanding of how desire actually functions in the human mind. Desire requires distance. It requires uncertainty. It requires the possibility, even the small flickering possibility, that you might not be chosen. Remove that possibility entirely and you remove the desire entirely. It's that simple. And that dark. Section 6. The final truth. Here is the thing that nobody says out loud. The reason nice guys finish last is not because women are cruel. It is not because the world is unfair. It is because kindness without power is not kindness at all. It is a transaction. It is an exchange. A quiet bargain that says, I will be good to you if you will choose me. And she can feel the bargain, even if she can't name it. The man who is kind from strength, who is generous because he has abundance, who is patient because he is not threatened, who is warm because he genuinely doesn't need anything back. That man is magnetic, not because he is playing a game, but because he has something real, something that cannot be faked for long. Psychological sovereignty. Machiavelli's deepest lesson was never really about politics. It was about this: the man who rules himself, his emotions, his reactions, his need for validation is the man others cannot help but orbit. You were taught that love is something you earn through service. The dark truth is that it is something you create through presence, through weight, through the quiet, unshakable certainty that you are exactly where you are supposed to be, and that she is lucky to be standing next to you. Not arrogance, not cruelty, power, the kind they spent centuries trying to convince you was wrong to want. Now you know why? If this opened something in you, something you couldn't quite name before, you already understand why most people will never watch this video to the end. The next video goes deeper into the specific psychological techniques Machiavelli described, the ones that were used by kings, warlords, and the most seductive men in recorded history. You know where to find it.